Today we're going to do Momigami. Today we're going to be doing Momigami, and for those of you who are brand new to our channel, my name is Caterina. My friends call me Cat, and I'm represented by a gallery here in Fort Collins called 142 Best. My husband Don is behind the camera. He is awesome. He does all of this stuff. He gets this on YouTube and he films it and he edits it and he does everything. Anyway, so we're really happy that you're here with us. This is our first real video since we moved here to Fort Collins, and we're very excited. So we're going to do Momigami today and slow stitching. So Momigami is a Japanese word that means kneaded, and this is a commercial paper that my friend Jim sent me, and it's already been kneaded. This one hasn't been kneaded, and so I thought I would knead it. And so this is what it looks like after you knead it. Now in Japan, they actually they use a starch, and what I used was just plain coconut oil. And I just dipped my hands in it and then began to fold it and knead it. Now, you could call this done, or you could keep going until it's even richer and softer like this. But what happens is the paper becomes very soft like cloth. And one of the things that I love about it is being able to stitch it and use it with other fabrics. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you my technique. And some of the pieces that I've been using. So this is a little paper bag that someone gave me. I think it might have been Sarah Fishburne who gave it to me. Anyway, so I just cut a piece of it off, and then I decided to knead it over and over again until it's, well, you can see it's very, very soft. And in fact, I don't know if I can show it to you, but there are little tiny holes in it. You have to be really careful that it doesn't rip. Now, if you like it ripped, that's great. If you don't want it to be ripped, then you're going to have to work it much easier and finer. But you can use tissue paper. You can use, this is just sketch paper. You can use all different kinds of things. And then some of the other things that you can do are you can paint it. You can put a transfer on it. Let me see, what did I do with that? It's over here. Here's a transfer of some leaves on this Momigami. So you can do lots of different things with it, and you can put it in all kinds of artwork. One of the things I thought would be fun to do is to use khadi paper. Since it has such a high rag content anyway, it's pretty easy to manipulate. And so I've been working on this piece, and I have a couple of other pieces that I worked on. And so I thought it would be really fun to use them to stitch with. And so I thought that's what we would do. But first I want to share with you the technique. The basic technique for Momigami is pretty simple. First you have to get the coconut oil on your hands. I took all my jewelry off except necessary rings. And then they recommend folding it from the inside. So you can just keep folding it in and let me tell you this, first of all, there's no right or wrong way to do this, actually. So you can do it any way you want to. I think that one of the reasons that they fold the corners in is to keep it from ripping. Because let's face it, you're stressing the paper out as you do it. And so it becomes, it takes a lot of wear and tear, and you will get a lot of rips and tears in it if you're not kind of careful about what you're doing. One of the other things that I really like is seeing the vulnerability of the paper as it goes from this piece it moves from here to this, which is super, super soft. It's just like fabric now. So this will eventually do that. So you can fold it in different ways. You can start at the end and work back in like this, and go all the way to the end. As I said, there's no right or wrong way to do it, which really is one of those things that I love about it. And you just keep doing this over and over again until you get a product that you feel is where you want it to be. So that's pretty much what there is to it. You just keep kneading it. Now, if you have a bigger sheet of paper, then you can really knead it like you would knead bread. You would roll it up and knead it in like this. So I used a lot of small sheets to start out with for this video. Now I've done other sheets that are larger, and then I've cut those into smaller pieces and used those in my work to get a different kind of look. So just crumpling it and taking your time. And I put this fabric on my table because it's glass, and I didn't want to be clumping on the glass and making a lot of noise, so it doesn't want to stay put. And then you want to take your time and open it up. Now you can, this is basically a meditation. Anytime you're manipulating, you know, some kind of paper, it can be a meditation. So you want to take your time, laying it flat, smoothing it out, checking where all your wrinkles are. Okay, so you can see where there are no wrinkles in it, these large pieces, and then you can target those areas so that it becomes more and more wrinkled. So can you see my fingers through there? That's how fine it is. It's so, so soft. Almost every piece on here has just been pummeled. And then this is just a little piece of some kind of paper. I think it's a handmade paper. And I wanted to show you, is that good? So you could see all the little holes in it, which I absolutely LOVE love. And I think that's pretty interesting. And so after you've made quite a few pieces, now you can just decide what you want to do with them. And I was thinking that that this and this fabric and then one of these pieces together would be really pretty. And so I thought we would do a stitch on there. And so for this one, I thought we would use this brown fabric that Sarah gave to me, and then either something else in the middle. I really liked this little thing here too, so I thought we would stitch those together. So to start with that, I'm going to just glue them down with a little bit of Uhu just to keep it from moving all around. Just a little bit of the glue stick on there. It's archival, so it's gonna be fine. And then I'm just gonna start stitching them together and just do a slow stitch, just like I did the slow kneading to get the paper, you know, just like fabric. I mean, it's just super soft. I love the texture of it. And then I just thought I would just start stitching it and not have, you know, any kind of agenda, just wanting to put one down on the other one. And just enjoy the stitching. Now you could just take an awl and punch holes in it so that it would be a little easier. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stitch it, and I hope you can see it. I'm not worrying about the stitches being in a line or perfectly straight. I'm just going to stitch, and whatever comes out will come out, because it's basically a stitch meditation, and it was, and kneading the paper to turn it into fabric is a stitch meditation as well. And so just, you know, let your needle just have a wander and just stitch it. So I want to thank you all for joining us in our videos, and we want to thank you so much for subscribing, for all your likes and your most kind comments. I get the sweetest comments from all of you. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And did I say thumbs up? I did, didn't I? I think maybe. And oh, there's the notification bell so that you know when we have a new video and those kinds of things. I know that we haven't been, we've had so much to do on our new house that we haven't had a lot of time to do videos, but we'll, as the fall comes closer, we'll have more time to do more videos, I think. So, and your shares, thank you for sharing as well. And using all of our Amazon links. If you need some paint, if you need some glue or some cotty paper, you know where you can get that. So, okay, I'm just going to finish a couple stitches here, and then we're going to put the centerpiece on. So I'm just stitching this piece onto the other two, and as I said, I'm not really worrying about it. I just wanted to get it on there. And one of the reasons that you want to create your own papers is so that you have a unique look in your artwork. Every artist I know creates their own papers, including me, and you know, we love making beautiful papers and having a stash of them to use for our work. Rather than buying anything commercial, just come up with your own. I know there's a lot of mark making classes and things like that, and that's the whole point. So you can paint a lot of papers and then use Momigami to wrinkle them and to tear them and to create your own really yummy kind of like library, if you will, of papers to use, so that your work is so different from everyone else's. That's one of the great things about it, right? Is having that sense of uniqueness to your work. So, okay, I'm really starting to like that now. I love the way it's ripped at the bottom. So I've just added the cream because I thought that would be a nice contrast. And now I'm going to add this little piece on here, which, don't ask me what this is. I think it probably came off a cardboard box, but I just thought it was very cool. And I thought I really wanted to put it on here and to create part of my textile with paper and fabric. So poke it in the center and then put it down. And I think a piece of metal or something would be really cool on here. But we're going to move on to another piece in a little bit. So, but I really like that. I think it's looking pretty cool, actually. What do you think, Don?
Love it.
You do? Okay, cool. So through it, there we go. Don't be afraid of using the table to push your needle down if you need to. There we go. That's just stitched right on there. Okay, and I really like the way that ends up there. So one of the things I wanted to share with you is if you're going to paint your cotton paper, or really any paper. The difference between using coconut oil and not using coconut oil is this. The top one is with coconut oil. The bottom one is no coconut oil. So you can see how the light really shines through there. And I just think it looks so cool. I like this too, but it's different. It's much more saturated for some reason. Now, I thought it would be the opposite, but coconut oil for some reason allowed the paint to set. I don't know how or why. I'm not scientific. I'm just an artist. I just say, oh, what would happen if I did this? So anyway, I think we'll use this piece, even though I really like that one. But anyway.
What kind of paint did you use?
Oh, I used golden paint, and I don't remember the colors, but oh wait, no, I used a Spanish mulberry. This is by Paper Artsy. And then I used, oh, what's the name of the other one? It's a golden dark brown. It's a dark brown color that I lightened up. So what I'm going to do is just tear the edges because I don't really want the white. And I think what I'll do is use a smaller piece. So I'm just going to tear this in half. There we go. Oops. Yeah, and just I want to get rid of this white edge here. And it's just, I don't know. I just wanted a kind of a deckled edge, but not with scissors. That's what I wanted. And then maybe like this with this. Something like that, or maybe more like this. Okay, we'll do this. Wow, you can hear the difference in it from the paper. I mean, it's so soft. And then put this piece on there, and then we'll stitch those together. Now, you can make little snippets like this to use for other things. You know, you can put them in your journal. You can do all kinds of things with them. I just love that. I think that's really cool. I think I'll put this behind it. I think that's better. And then we're going to stitch that down. There we go. And I'm just going to put in just a few little pieces. Just tack it down. And put them all together. So now you can use anything. I mean, you can do photocopies of people, landscapes, whatever you really want to use to do Momigami and to create an art piece with it. I just decided that I wanted to just use just a few pieces to put together to just make a few little snippets to use for other things. And so just to share with you the technique in doing it, but yeah, you can have a lot of fun with this. It's just a wonderful technique, and I had done quite a bit a few years ago, and then hadn't used it, and then found some Momigami pieces and thought, well, this would be fun to do with you guys, so I'm gonna just play with it and see what happens. I particularly love mixing different Momigamis together. I think that it creates a really lovely texture, and then with fabrics, of course, and you can just use other pieces too. You don't have to use all Momigami, but just play with it, see what you think, put it in your artwork, let me know how you like it. So thank you so much for all of your tips in our tip jar. We appreciate that. It allows me to buy supplies to keep doing all the artwork for this channel, and we are in such appreciation of that. So thank you. And then what was the other thing you wanted me to say?
Our private group on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We have a private group on Facebook if you're interested in joining that. It's Caterina Giglio Mixed Media. And there are 2 questions that you need to answer. And then we'll let you in the group. So, okay. I got a few stitches on there. It's all together. And I think this would be really fun to bead. Well, we're at Chow for now, and I hope you give this a try and see what you think. I love turning cotty paper into fabric. It's so soft and squishy and so wonderful. And it's going to be lovely on a larger piece, or, you know, just smaller pieces used in a journal or on flat work or whatever. But anyway, I love them. I've used them a lot in my work, and I hope you will try it. Give it a try. See what you think. It's really fun. And next time we get together, I think we're going to be doing bookmaking. I'm not really sure yet what I'm going to do, but I know it'll be fun. And I can't wait to see you then. So until then, ciao for now.